Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Roger G. Taylor Arena for some basketball here inside Region 10. Petey Doris, Craig Green here. Craig, welcome aboard.
It's great to be back here, and of course we're here for not only Louisburg basketball today, the Lady Hurricanes taking on Cleveland Community College, but also today, Petey, a very important cause for today's game. As you see, we're decked out in our pink today.
Yes, and it happens to be Valentine's Day, Craig.
That's right. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Same to you and all the lovers and haters out there. Happy Valentine's Day. But, you know, we got a barn burner here, Craig, as the Lady Hurricanes face two losses in the Region 10 play. One of them come at Cleveland in that game a month and a half ago.
That's right, and that third quarter was really the telltale factor in that ball game, because in that game, Petey, the Hurricanes had an 7-point lead going into the break. They got outscored in the third quarter 26-12, and then they got outscored by 5 in the fourth quarter, so they couldn't recover from that slow start. Also, a huge discrepancy in free throws in that game. The Yetis shot 39 free throws compared to just 15 for the Hurricanes. So today, Louisburg is looking to have some comeback season right here at home.
Yes, they need this big win today against the Yetis to just move up one more spot in the Region 10, coming out to close it out the season this month. Only a few more games for the Lady Hurricanes to try to get that win back from the Yetis, but they still have one more big game ahead of them. They've got 3 big games this week. They got Cape Fear Monday. That was a makeup game from the ice storm. And then they go to Cape Fear on Wednesday, then play Bryan and Stratton, who they defeated right here at home.
And every game matters. And the thing about what's going on right now in D2 Region 10 is all of Louisburg's opponents are in the upper half of the division right now. And every game they play is against someone with a winning record. If they win today, combined with a loss by Bryan and Stratton, that will put the Hurricanes in first place.
Yes, that's exactly what Coach Gaskin's plans on, would like to do is, after the season last year and that, defeating last season, they like to get the #1 seed going into the tournament. The tournament's on the road this year. It will be at Catawba Valley. So, Hurricanes handle the business against the Catawba Valley Redhawks, but they're playing in a hostile environment because all the lady teams will be right there screaming, yelling, and going for that.
That's right. I mean, on neutral court, it's anybody's guess. It's anybody's game. It's really who's the hottest team going into that. And, the Hurricanes right now on a 5-game winning streak, they're one of the hottest teams in the conference. They have just as good a shot as anybody at taking home the crown.
We've seen plenty of teams come from the lower half of the conference and win a tournament and move on to the regional national bracket. But today it starts right here where the Lady Hurricanes need to handle business against the Yetis and not look forward to any other games coming up.
That's right. You got to handle business today before you can get on to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday. And I think it all starts down low with Nyla Powell, again, leading the Hurricanes with a double-double in every game pretty much so far this season. Over 13 rebounds a game. Just feed number 15 and let her go to work.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to return with the starting lineups and the final closing remarks. You're listening to Louisburg Hurricanes basketball on Louisburg Sports Network, presented by High Level Media. Welcome back inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. Final closing remarks, Craig. Hurricanes 17-3 and the Yetis 17-5. Hurricanes are undefeated at home. The Yetis are undefeated at home. The Hurricanes on the road 7-2. Yetis 6-3. Neutral court, both teams are 500. Hurricanes on a 5-game win streak. Yetis are on a 1-game win streak.
Yep, and again, the Yetis would love here to come in and get the sweep today, but I think the Hurricanes are more focused on trying to get revenge this afternoon here against the Yetis, who beat them by 12 again at Cleveland just a short time ago.
Got the starting lineups for the Hurricanes. They'll start Adams, Hamilton, Powell, Quincy Turin. Good to see her in the starting lineups. Starting lineup tonight along with Shaylon Yates. For the Yetis.
Yetis are going to start Kari Lee, Jada Whitesides, Kaya Shavers, Latasha Andrews, and Sydney Inst.
Tonight's uniforms cover Cleveland being in black and blue, Louisburg's in the pink. Tonight's officials Sam Allen, Wyatt Howard, and Dalen Acevedo. We've seen him a few times this year. Craig, he's known around Region 10. He's one of the good officials in junior college.
And these, the officials and the players, they all know each other. They've seen each other around. This is, again, the 21st game for the Yetis today. And, for Louisburg, again, they're coming in, getting ready to play also their 21st game. So, a lot of familiarity on either side. So I think we're going to expect, a tight ball game today. I'm really expecting a really good ball game as well. I think it's going to be, something that could come down to the final shot. But for the Hurricanes, you have got to do your best here to feed Nyla Powell, get the ball moving around on defense. Swarm. Do what you normally do. Shalon Yates is a defensive monster, and let's see if she can put the clamps down on players like Whitesides and Kari Lee in the backcourt.
So Yetis, Yetis Sydney will be jumping up against Nyla Powell, and we're underway from Louisburg with Yates with the ball. The shot clock never started. So the Hurricanes will have the ball with 20 seconds on the shot clock here. Should be 23, yes. They put it back to 23, and Hurricanes with the ball. Can they get a quick start here against the Yetis? Come out in a man-to-man defense. Yates goes around the Powell screen, drops it off. Sydney with the interception and a turnover for the Hurricanes. Yetis put the 3 up right out the gate. And that was Andrews with the first bucket.
Yeah, they turned defense into offense pretty quickly. Enst got her hand up there and deflected that pass, looking inside for Nyla Powell. I mean, that's a matchup I'll be keeping my eye on all afternoon long.
Yates looking inside, cannot find the open Powell. 3 coming up, and it's an air ball. So the Yetis will have the ball. Hurricanes come up with 2 empty possessions.
2 empty possessions and 2 turnovers. Not a good start so far, but it's still very, very early on here. And again, the Hurricanes are, again, looking for a little revenge this afternoon.
Andrews gives it up to Lee, and she'll give it up quickly. Great ball movement so far by the Yetis. Switching hands and missing a layup was Whiteside. Had a nice take. Whiteside stands in about a 5'3" guard. And Powell cleaning up and missing the putback. Hurricanes down 3-0. Just a minute and 20 off the clock. Shavers with a back-to-back 3 for the Yetis on offense. Hurricanes down by 6.
Got to watch that 3-point shot for Cleveland. Right now, PD, they average just 28% on the season, but so far 2 for 2.
It'll be the Hurricanes' ball off of the Yetis. We got a doubleheader today here at Louisburg, as the Louisburg Hurricane men will be matching up with Southwest Virginia in our second game today. Powell draws the foul.
Yeah, Enst was down there, got a hold of Nyla, didn't want to let her get position. She kind of had her boxed out, and Enst had no choice but to grab her and hold her and foul her.
So Yates will come into play. She needs to get it in quickly. Gives it to Powell, and Powell tries to draw the foul one more time, and Shavers there to clean it up. The Hurricanes get out with a lucky chance right there, a lucky draw.
Got to hurry up and move on. Enst is in the backcourt.
Powell.
Oh.
Second turnover so far for the Hurricanes. Whiteside draws the foul in the bucket. Hurricanes with 7:43 left, down 8-0.
Again, that's the second time that they've taken a turnover, taken it down court, turned it into points.
Whiteside makes it a three-point play, 6 points off of turnovers, and the Yetis lead 9-0 here inside at Roger G. Taylor Arena.
Uncharacteristically slow start here by the Hurricanes.
Yates lobs it in. Kiss off the window, and one coming up. Nyla Powell, you said it in pregame, Craig. Feed the beast.
That's right. That time, Enst with her second foul, she's going to have to take a seat and chill. But it really started with a mouse-in-the-house situation. Powell down there against Kari Lee. Enst was on the other side of the block, and the mismatch led to Enst coming over to help defend her. She was just a tad too late. Now here comes Isabella Childs to replace her.
Nyla Powell in the season, 70% free throw shooter. And that one falls through. The Hurricanes down by 6.
Got to tighten up the defense here if you're Louisburg.
Definitely watching the perimeter shooting, wide open three. And that's 3 for 3 for the Yetis and 2 for 2 for Shavers.
Yeah, I don't understand that that time right there, what Quincy was doing. I think she was trying to help out down low. I mean, Childs was defended pretty well by Powell and left the shooter wide open.
Yates misses a layup, scrambling for it. Yetis come out with the ball. Whiteside crisscrossing up. Adams nearly turns it over. They'll move it around the perimeter. Shavers works over to Lee. Lee goes around the screen, up and over, and draws the foul on Shaylon Yates. 6:39 left. Hurricanes down by 9. As Talia Rowe checks in for Turan.
I think the quickness of Lee and Whiteside is catching some of the Hurricane defenders off guard. I was watching Whitesides with the ball, weaving through traffic. My goodness, she is quick and sudden.
Biggest lead tonight's 12, and that's where we stand right now. Correction, 11. Hurricanes bringing the ball up slow, Craig. They need to push the ball quicker, cutting this deficit of 11.
Well, clock's not against them right now. Nyla Powell gets the end one, PD, but the clock's not their enemy at this point in the game, so I kind of understand the pace here. I think they're trying to slow things down and trying to find the perfect opportunity. That time, again, feed Nyla Powell down low, and she will reap the benefits.
Powell with 5 points, all the points for the Hurricanes. She misses the free throw, and grabbing the free throw is Childs. And the Yetis move down the court easy on the fast break, and it's Kara Lee with the layup.
Yeah, Lee just beat everybody down the court, and the ball was dropped in a bucket for her. She beat Powell, who was the closest Hurricane defender.
Rhoda White. White long two, in and out, and a rebound to Andrews. Leads ahead to Shavers.
Good to see Nyla Powell get up. She was banged up on that play.
As Childs had an easy take to the bucket. You can see Coach Gaskins frustrated as Kylie Good will check in. And hobbling to the sideline is Nyla Powell, headed straight to the trainer's table.
Yeah, hopefully she'll be all right.
Block.
Look at
Good,
that.
right in at the right time and gets a good block. Adams trapped off in the backcourt by Whiteside. Crisscrosses her coming across the timeline. Good, looking, squares up, bangs it home.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
36 seconds on the court. You got a block and a field goal. Cannot be a bad game for you.
Hey, Kylie Good, your plus-minus right now is probably 100. That was awesome. Came in the game, immediately erased the shot, got in your position, took your shot, knocked it down. Please, ma'am, may I have another?
Hurricanes need to watch the weak side as they have down low was Adams, and Adams pulls down the rebound, sprinting down the court, trying to get ahead of Andrews, hands it off to Rowe. Rowe bounce passes it inside. Good, picks up her dribble, high kiss off the window, it rolls over, and Childs with the foul.
Yeah, 2 free throws coming now for Kylie Good. Again, she's gotten the game and has been decisive, and she's playing with confidence. You can see it, you can feel it.
We got our first media timeout, 4:58 left. Hurricanes down by as many as 11 so far in this opening half of the first quarter, but they're fighting back, getting enough energy. Their guards hasn't got in play yet, Craig, but being down at home by 9, Coach Gaskins needs to get his team together right now because all the offense is coming from your power forwards down low.
It is, and, but what I do like, when it comes to the Hurricanes right now, again, it is Nyla Powell, it is Kylie Good, but what this is going to do, it's going to set up some of these shooters later on because you're going to have defenders converging on your low block players like Kylie and like Nyla. So keep feeding them down low, and I think it's going to end up freeing up shooters like Zamaya Adams, Corey White, and, even Nyla Powell, who can knock them down from long range if she so decides to.
Today is Play4Kay as Lady Hurricanes in the huddle wearing the awesome pink. This is the first time the uniforms come out for the Hurricanes. And now the Yetis coming out in immediate timeout, facing a free throw by Kylie Good. And Hurricanes need to get Childs right now with 1 foul, Sydney with 2, and that's where Coach Gaskins needs to do is just try to get the
bigs,
power forwards in foul trouble.
Yeah, I mean, getting the bigs in foul trouble is never a bad strategy,
Kylie Good, nice release on the free throw. Hurricanes down by 8. Just inside of 5 minutes here inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. Play4Kay game. Lee sprints down the court and hands it off to Whiteside, and she puts up a runner.
Yeah, they got to find a way to stop the ball handlers. Lee and Whitesides, again, they're very, very quick guards, and that floater by Whiteside, very nicely executed.
White steps in on a deep 3, guarded by Andrews, but connects.
And again, you asked for it, PD, during the timeout there. Where are the guards? What are they doing? And Corey White must have heard you from across the court and answered your question.
Shavers 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Adams gives it up. Drive in, kiss off the window, and look at Hamilton use the window.
Yeah, good amount of contact there. No call. I kind of like it. Referees are letting it play out again. This game very, very important.
Hurricanes on 11-4 run before that bucket in the last 2.5 minutes.
The Hurricanes need this one, PD. They can stand atop Region 10 with a win and a Brighton and Stratton loss.
Andrews goes up to Leah Rowe. Steps and travels. Acevedo saw that coming. Pfeiffer back. Pfeiffer in the game for the first time for the Yetis as Childs exits. Pfeiffer averages right at 12 points per game for the Yetis this season. Andrews gives it up. Whiteside with a runner. Kylie Good pulls down a big rebound. Hamilton telegraphed the pass all the way as she is yelling. And stepping into passing lane was Lee. And coming up, and the Hurricanes turn it over again. And Andrews uses the window.
Again, those guards for the Yetis, again, they're very, very quick and they're causing a lot of problems.
Adams inside the Good, double teamed and stripped. Talia Rowe. Kylie Good down low with the baby hook. She's working. She says, I'm not weak on one side, I'm good on both.
That's what you're going to need, the ball movement here by the Hurricanes. The ball movement has got to be on point, again, because these guards are swarming and they're trying to take the ball away.
Whiteside gives it up. They'll go to the corner. Pfeiffer for three, no. And Adams with the rebound. Adams going to have to pull it back with no numbers. Talia Rowe comes into play. Baseline, nice release and could not connect. Flat for the rebound for Andrews. 1-on-3, gives it up to the corner to Whiteside. They'll pull it back out. Cleveland's not using none of the shot clock. They're releasing early with the three. No, Kylie Good pulls down the rebound. This is the type of tempo you want to play, but you have to play with your competition if you plan on winning this game.
Well, I think neither team right now has been able to really enforce their will, and there's going to be a foul down low that time on Pfeiffer, who was grabbing Kylie Good because they knew what was coming. But, yeah, I think right now both teams are still trying to impose what they can do on one another. Hurricanes want to slow it down. The Yetis want to speed it up, and a good sign is that Nyla Powell's about to come back in the game.
Nyla Powell will come in for Kylie Good. Kylie Good dressed all in pink today, white sleeve shirt underneath. Squats, releases, and connects for one. It's perfect tonight from the line. Hurricanes on a 15-8 run in the last 5.5 minutes after trailing 14-3.
Yeah, slow start, but they've picked it up now. And, again, we've got the ball game that we thought we were going to see between two of the top three teams here in D2.
Yetis moving the ball around the perimeter, waiting for something to open up down low. Hurricanes in a 3-2 zone to watch the perimeter. Long three coming up, and a rebound Yetis. It's their second offensive board, and they'll reset the shot clock back to 18 off the offensive board.
Scooter Lawrence is taking the chance. He's brought Inst back into the game. She's got 2 fouls.
Got to take a chance whenever both your bigs are in trouble in this first quarter. You just got to know how disciplined they are.
And she almost had number 3, though, reaching over the back of Hamilton.
Adams calls out a play, hands it off to White. White looking for some help as she picks up her dribble. Talia Rowe drives, and it's a jump ball. She's going to go with the Yetis.
Really good defense that time by Lee to get her hands on the basketball and not relinquish it at all. But also, I mean, I thought the decision by Rowe to go to the basket, very good decision. I mean, she caught Inst kind of out of position there, went to the basket, but again, better play on defense by Lee.
Ross checks in for Savers for the Yetis. Lee to Whiteside. Curling around, dropping it off to Sydney with the kiss off the window. Back to a 6-point lead.
And a good ball fake that time. She got Powell in the air.
Hurricanes with 22 seconds on the clock will take the final shots. Powell with the screen and give it over to Rowe. Rowe bounce passes it in. And a bucket falls for Nyla Powell. 4 seconds. Lee puts it up and it off the heel, and at end of the first quarter, 24-20. Just like we expect inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. We'll return. You're listening to Louisburg Basketball on Louisburg Sports Network.
At Cardinal Family Dentistry, we're committed to providing exceptional dental care for patients of all ages in a warm, welcoming environment. From preventive cleanings to advanced restorative and cosmetic treatments, our experienced team is here to help you achieve a healthy, confident smile. We combine state-of-the-art technology with a personalized approach, ensuring your comfort and care come first. Visit cardinalfamilydentistry.com today.
Louisburg College athletics depends on fans like you to keep these broadcasts free and accessible. Your donation helps us support student athletes and continue streaming every game for the entire Hurricanes community. Scan the QR code on your screen to give today, and thank you for keeping Hurricane sports free for everyone.
Hurricanes in quarter number 1 on a 17-10 advantage over the Yetis in the final 6:39 after trailing 14-3 to start the game. The Yetis jump out to a 9-0 run with 3 quick threes by Lee, Whiteside, and Savers. For the Hurricanes, it's been a show in the post. It's been Kylie Good, Hamilton, and who else but Nyla Powell, who averages a double-double. She exited in the first quarter, had to get tape. She's taped back on the court, and she is ready to rock and roll. The Hurricanes come out with Rowe, followed by Brewington and Corey White and Hamilton.
Also keeping an eye on what's going on in Virginia with Southwest Virginia and Bryan and Stratton. And right now, the Bobcats in the first quarter up 24-7 on Southwest Virginia.
Hamilton fighting with Powell, and Powell gets an and one. To start the quarter for the Hurricanes, they can get within 1 point here.
And that's 3 on ends. She's going to have to take a seat.
(24-22). Powell with 9 points. Every one of those points, Craig, come with an and one.
That's right. She's been in the paint, putting in work. And, Enst on the other side for Cleveland is drawing 3 fouls trying to guard her.
Powell, 70% free throw shooter, missed that opportunity. Lee sprint down the court, switches hands and misses. And Enst misses the putback, and she is fouled by Hamilton. Hamilton looking at official like, what did I do wrong? Yetis will inbound it with Whiteside underneath her basket. Up by 2, once led by 9. Into Lee. Guarded tightly by Talia Rowe. Whiteside puts it on the floor, and she trips. Looking for the foul, but Brewington standing right there. She tried to go between Brewington and Powell.
Whiteside's shaking up a little bit.
Hit that knee hard.
Thought she might get a little burn, too, from the floor, sliding down on the floor. But you're right. Looked like she just got tripped up by the 6th defender.
Brewington brings it up, kicks it over to Powell. Popping out was Rowe. Pass wasn't there. Hamilton rolling.
Got to feed Nyla again. Enst has 3 fouls.
White driving. Gives it up to Rowe. Rowe with 10 on the clock. And a turnover. It's the 5th turnover for the Hurricanes. And right away, you can see Quincy Turan checking in. As Talia Rowe didn't quite know what to do. She had a wide open 3, but didn't want to quite take it, not feeling confident.
Well, a little disconnect there between Talia and Powell that time. I think Powell was going to zig and
She
Tulane
wanted
tried
her
to
zag.
Yeah.
Lee drives, kicks it. And the Yetis, Childs misses the bunny. Turan chases the ball down and it's out of bounds. 6th turnover for the Hurricanes, 2nd of the 2nd quarter.
That one just a little too far out in front. Great idea, though, but unfortunately Quincy couldn't catch up to it. I mean, this game in terms of scoring so far has come to a screeching halt here, Petey. It's right now, I think the pace favors the Hurricanes.
Lee moving in and out of that paint. Puts up a little runner uncontested.
And you got to give the guards a harder time. Don't let them kind of free wheel out there, wheeling and dealing and just dribbling around, because they will eventually penetrate and find their way to put a little floater up from about 12 feet out.
We're 2 minutes away here in the 2nd quarter, only 4 points. Powell gets her own board and loses it. Brewington tying up with Whiteside. It'll be a jump ball.
Should be Hurricanes basketball.
Hurricanes
Really?
got the ball to start the 2nd quarter.
Correction. I was going off the last jump ball. Who won that?
It was. Yetis did have the last jump ball down here right in front of us. Coach Gaskins puts the big bodies down low with Turan and Kylie Good, and a little help by Hamilton. You put the three trees down low, kind of helps out the scoreboard. Andrews gives it up, nearly turns it over to Whiteside. Whiteside driving, forces up a circus shot, and Hamilton with the rebound.
Really good defense by Adams to stay with him.
Turan, mid-range, flushes home.
That screen by Hamilton was a thing of beauty. It was done to perfection. The little give and go, little pick and pop right there. Absolute perfection that time by Turan and by Hamilton.
Lee driving. Over to Andrews, stepping in long 2. And Adams with the rebound. Looking up the court as she zigzags. Turan, 3. No, and she hits the floor looking for the foul. But according to the official, Ross did not touch her. How do you fall without being touched?
Wind must have knocked her down.
Kylie Good. Ahead to Turan.
Nearly a double dribble.
Nice drive and a window. Little help from the window as it falls. And Quincy gets in some of that action of the and one.
Out of frustration, I just watched Whiteside, so they throw her headband over towards the Yetis bench. She was not pleased with what took place in that Turan got that bucket.
So our first tie tonight at 26. Hurricanes looking to take a 1-point lead. Coming out of an immediate timeout, 6:31. PD Doors, Craig Green here inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. Craig, this is the kind of game we expected tonight.
Yeah, I mean, back and forth, wired, or, hopefully that this continues wire to wire, that we see a game that's going to, really mimic and replicate something we can see during tournament time. This game so far, knotted up at 26-26. I think, again, I talked about how it favors the Hurricanes because it's a slower pace. They've done a much better job against the guards, against Lee and Whitesides, because early on they were just dribble penetrating and being able to put floaters up at ease. They were getting the three-pointers they wanted. I think now you're seeing much tighter defense on the perimeter, and that's what's kind of slowed the Yetis down to a crawl.
Hurricanes switch out of that media timeout, and at the 6th minute in the first quarter, they switched to that 3-2 zone and pretty much put Kylie Good in the back on the baseline with Hamilton, and that's really forced the Yetis, hey, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat us from the perimeter. We're not letting you go inside this paint.
Yeah, you saw one of the possessions by the Yetis. You saw Andrews kind of put up a desperation 3 with plenty of time on the shot clock. I think that was more of a frustration shot because they weren't getting the look they wanted. So I think that was kind of forcing up a bucket that time. And, the Hurricanes, again, doing what they do best, which is score down low.
Quincy, a 58% free throw shooter prior to the game, gives the Hurricanes their first lead, 27-26. Yetis slowing the ball up now, Craig. They saw, well, they could not hang with the Hurricanes as they tried to set the pace out the gate by shooting 3 threes. And we have a foul. Will be the Yetis' ball on the side. Let's say Yates with the push.
Yates has 2, so she'll have to be careful here. And I believe now free throws getting ready to come up or not, actually not yet. I thought they were in the bonus. No, they're not. But again, it's, you still got a lot of time here for the Hurricanes to slow this thing down again and continue to play good defense.
Ross.
Yates again. Oh, no, correction, no. They're going to say Talia Rowe that time. I thought Yates was in the area, PD. I was worried that was going to be number 3 on her.
(27-26) Hurricanes with a 1-point lead. Yetis with 23 seconds on the shot clock. Lee driving. Kicks it 3, and it's a long 2 for Andrews.
Left her wide open, and she took it.
Nice take by Hamilton. Misses the kiss off the window. Volleying underneath. Coming out with the rebound was Glover. Glover head to Andrews. She'll pull it out. Give it up to Lee. Long 3 for Ross. Flat-footed rebound for Zamaya Adams, a 5'3" guard out of Southeast Raleigh High School.
My neck of the woods over there, Rock Quarry Road, baby.
Yates gets a rebound. Another opportunity for the Hurricanes. We have a push. They'll reset the shot clock, my bad. Looking like they're going to give Kenzie Ross with a push and Kylie Good.
I think it's been somewhat of a kind of a physical ball game here, but I think it's been a consistent, officiating by the referees so far. You don't really have too much where it's going over the line in terms of, players putting their hands on each other, but they're kind of letting them play it out.
Not sure what that shot was by Kylie Good. She thought the clock was going down, but she could not pull in the ball, so the ball will stay right with the Yetis. 5:02 left first half. 1-point game. Yetis lead. Powell back in for Good.
Got men's basketball, women's basketball, and also softball here today, PD. It's hard to find a parking spot.
And we got a foul. Jada Whiteside will shoot 2. Whiteside with 5 points so far. First half. Whiteside averages right at 13.7.
When you let the guards move around and find room and space, these are the kind of things that happen where they get free throws or they get good looks at the basket. And one of the first good looks they've had in quite a while, honestly, from that close to the bucket. Hurricanes have done a good job kind of pushing them out and making them take jump shots.
Powell with a baby hook down low. Nice feed by Quincy in the corner. Hurricanes down by 1.
Mouse in the house that time against Kari Lee, once again trying to defend Nyla Powell. Absolute mismatch in favor of the Hurricanes.
Glover gives it up to Andrews. Over to Ross. No one moving down low for the Yetis, but Glover takes it, kicks it. Wide open 3 for Lee. Off the iron. Quincy Turan with the rebound.
Good job by Shalon Yates to block out the sun that time, make that three-pointer difficult.
Hamilton on the baseline, misses. Kenzie Ross with the rebound. Jada Whiteside sprinting down the court, trying to get away from Adams. And Adams goes hip for hip with her and fouls as she went up with a layup.
Whiteside's got just a piece of a step. If she gets a little crack in the door to go down court, she's going to take it. But Adams, one of the few players that you could see, in D2 Region 10 who can keep up with her step for step.
Whiteside will shoot 2, makes the first. Whiteside with 7 points tonight, make it 8. 4 minutes left, 3-point game from Louisburg. Quincy for 3, no. Flat-footed rebound and a sprint by Glover. Trying to crisscross White. Uses the window, no, and Turan sprints back for the rebound. Hurricanes with another opportunity here to tie the game. For the second time, we tied first at 26. Adams over to Yates. Bounce passes it, nice pass. Stays with it, and a second opportunity for Nyla Powell. Hurricanes down by 1.
Nyla Powell's a double machine, and you saw it right there.
Hurricanes with an opportunity inside of 3.5 minutes. Yates wanted at 3 if the pass would have been there. Cross-court pass in trouble. Turan, drive, blocked from behind by Kinsey Ross. And the Yetis control with 3:06 left.
Really good play by Ross that time to get a piece of that shot and affect it. I thought that was a good take that time. And my goodness, speaking of.
Whiteside had to put a body on Adams, but puts enough English on the ball to pick up 2.
English, Spanish, and Japanese. That thing rolled in.
3 for the Hurricanes, no, and Powell cannot get off of the 2 Yetis. 2:40 left. Lee and Glover unleashes a 3. Hurricanes down by 6.
Might want to get a timeout here pretty soon for Dennis Gaskins because you may need to get some of these players a blow. What's happening is the Hurricanes getting a little late down the court. The guards are dribble penetrating and kicking it out to shooters.
White. Kinsey Ross with the foul. We're going to timeout Cleveland. Up by 6. As Coach Scooter Lawrence says, I need to calm these girls down. We're up by 6. Just need to keep the same pace. Helps Coach Gaskins out as he needs to guard the perimeter and watch the 3-point shooting by the Yetis.
Yeah, and I think the first way to stop that 3-point shooting is to, is to stay on the ball handlers, tight. You have to have tight coverage down there on them. What's happening the last couple possessions is those guards, again, Whiteside's beating some of the Hurricanes down floor, creating mismatches for herself. She's able to dribble down low. She's got shooters trailing behind her, able to kick it out. You saw right there the 3-pointer by Glover, wide open for 3. That's the Yetis' game. They're looking to knock down these 3-point shots and let the guards dominate the dictate and dictate the pace. It's going to be up to the Hurricanes to slow it down and make them play their basketball, which is physical, tough basketball, versatile, inside, outside, all around Dennis Gaskins style of basketball.
All right, other Region 10 games today. The Bryan and Stratton Bobcats lead in Southwest Virginia handily, 50-18.
That's
in the second quarter.
You got some of the men's Hurricane here watching the game. Looks like they're decked out in blue today for today's afternoon.
As Powell gets a little kiss off the window. Nice feed by Quincy. 37-33. Inside of 2 minutes. In the corner left all alone was Whiteside. She could have released, but she pulls it back out. Nice feed down low. Lee in trouble. Saw the defense, claps it and gives it up to Whiteside for 3.
14 for Whiteside, PD, and she's, again, been the orchestrator of this thing from the get-go for Cleveland.
Seven-point game from Louisburg. Adams. What was the pass? It was definitely telegraphed as Whiteside with 16 points makes the layup.
Again, defense to offense for the Yetis. Take a turnover, sprint down the court, and cash it in for 2.
White. Looking inside, the pass couldn't get to her. Back out, White for 3. Hurricanes get their first 3 of the second quarter and down by 6.
No better time to get it too. You know, what you're trailing by 9. Now it's now back down to 2 possessions.
Whiteside stripped by Adams, and Adams says, "I fouled," as a whistle blew.
That's 3 on Adams, so she'll have to, again, be very careful. And looks like we got substitutions at the table.
Brewington in the game with 40 seconds left. Six-point game, Whiteside with 17 points after the made free throw. Hurricanes led for 30 seconds here in the first half, 27-26. They trail 43-36 now. Brewington brings it up. Over to White. Leads. Powell to the bucket, and bucket kisses, and it falls. And the Hurricanes down by 5. See if we get 2 for 1 here.
No bigs in the game whatsoever for Cleveland. That's easy money for Nyla Powell.
Nice drive and nice take. Powell with the block with 7 on the clock. White stops, pops from the elbow, no. And we got a late whistle at the end with .5 as Powell puts a body right on Whiteside.
Yeti's bench wanted to travel that time. They weren't going to get the call, but Nyla, I mean, not very physical there. I think Whiteside did a much better job selling that versus the actual physicality that occurred.
43-38, Whiteside back to the free throw line with 17 points tonight.
She's been the star of the first half for Cleveland. And, you know, the Yetis hanging tough, PD, down by a touchdown, but they can wipe this out and get this done.
Halftime from Louisburg, 45-38 Hurricanes. Down to south against the Cleveland Yetis. We'll return. You're listening to Louisburg Basketball presented by High Level Media. Welcome back to the Roger G. Taylor Arena. Hurricanes down 45-38. Craig's caught up with Coach Gaskins for the Hurricanes. Discuss a little bit of the first half action. Take it away, Craig.
All right, with head coach Dennis Gaskins, 7-point deficit in the first half. Your thoughts on the first 20 minutes?
We were a little sped up there. I think they got us back on our heels when they hit a couple of threes at the beginning of the game, and we were trying to rush it all back in one shot. There is no 7-point basket, so we got to keep playing Canes basketball, keep executing like we did. We got back into it, we were playing Canes basketball, and then we got back out of it when they hit another three or so we got to be consistent.
How do you stop the guards? Whiteside's the dribble penetration. She's trying to find she's trying to find her shot and also kicking out to open shooters. How do you stop that?
We got to stay in front. We can't go for steals. We can't reach. We just got to stay in front. We got to give them a step and take a step back so they won't get to the hole. Then that's what we got to do. But we got to find a way to stay in front so that they can't get into the middle of the paint and then have their way with us.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's head coach Dennis Gaskins. The Hurricanes down by 7 in the first half. But again, Nyla Powell with a big 17 points in the first half. She leads the way for the Hurricanes. Back to you, Petey.
All right, thank you, Craig, as the Hurricanes down at halftime by 7 here inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. The Yetis are 3 losses on the road this year. Lead inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. Will return with stats, facts, and figures from the first half. You're listening to Louisburg Basketball presented by High Level Media. Welcome back inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena halftime of the ladies' game. Doubleheader today. PD Doors Craig Green here. Southwest Virginia has showed up in the men's game. The men's game will follow the conclusion of this game. But this game, Craig, Hurricanes led for 30 seconds in the first half, 27-26, and it was all Cleveland Yetis. But as a perimeter shooting of the Yetis, we saw what happened when they forced the ball inside. They cannot hang with the Hurricanes.
That's right. I mean, both teams trying to play their game. And again, the Yetis game is dribble penetration, in guard-dominated play inside, kick it out for the shooters. That's their game. Hurricanes, again, more of a more rounded ball game. They're definitely a defensive-minded team, but they love to feed it down low to their bigs and kick it out to their shooters, and both teams doing a good job of both. But for the Hurricanes to get the win, they have to keep the same formula they had before. Get their bigs in foul trouble. I mean, they pretty much made Childs and Enst, ineffective in the first half. It's now down to slowing down players like Jada Whiteside, who comes out of the locker room with 19 points for the Yetis. You got to get her off the basketball and put other players up to bat.
But not even with Whiteside. You got to watch Shavers. Shavers had an excellent first half for the Yetis. She was 2 for 3 from 3. She's got the green light. Lee has the green light. Ross, we seen Ross, here at halftime hit 2 threes. So every one of the guards for the Yetis has the green light from Coach Lawrence.
They do, and I think what you want to see is more three-point shooting, but you want to see more contested shots. Again, you got to get White and Whitesides and Lee off the ball. And you mentioned Shavers in the first half. She had a couple threes. She's been quiet ever since. But it's really been Whitesides dominating the action, dictating the pace for the Yetis. If they can slow her down and force someone else to beat you, I think the Hurricanes have a much better chance in the second half to win.
As the Yetis come out in a 2-3 zone and a mismatch down low. If you look at the Hurricanes, as Powell set the shot clock.
Yeah, shot clock should be at 23 now.
So, look at what I said right there, Craig. Hurricanes had the mismatch here. They need to cut into this deficit. You're only down by 7. Feed the ball down low with Hamilton and Powell, and you'll get easy buckets every time, and that's going to force the guards to climb the tree and try to block it.
Good luck to Kate Glover, whose job is to guard Nyla Powell.
Adams back out. They'll swing it wide open. White. No. And Powell with a rebound. It couldn't miss. And she is fouled, and Powell will go to the line to shoot 2. As Scooter Lawrence come off the bench, like, how is that not a foul? Coach, she has 8 inches on your girl that's guarding her. That's why it's not a foul. I mean, common sense. You're not going to get a call when you're that short and someone that big gets a rebound.
Nyla Powell, PD, has really, really struggled from the free throw line today.
She goes in and out on this second one. Hurricanes get a turnover. Adams stops, gives it up to White, and White dribbles right out in front of the bench of the Hurricanes.
Oh.
Frustrated with the pass from Adams. Both teams with the turnover.
I mean, Nyla Powell first half, PD 17 points, but 1 of 5 from the free throw line so far in this game.
Great defense by Adams as she shut down Whiteside on the drive. Whiteside's hovering, holding that right hip as Hamilton travels and knocks over Shavers, but hey, I'd rather travel than get a foul.
Yeah, Shavers is feeling the effect of that one. It was more like a shiver she got put on Shavers that time.
Shiver, shiver, Cocoa Puff.
But good to see Shavers shake it off. She's all right. She's going to stay in the game.
Lee guarded by Yates. Yates is screened on. Lee driving, up and under layups miss. No one contested with the rebound for Powell. Hurricanes' 4th trip on offense in the opening minute and a half. Hamilton, wide open 3, airballs it. and walks down the court. Smiles right at Coach Gaskins, but Quincy checks in for Hamilton.
Hurricanes have had a couple of good looks here and still with a goose egg on the scoreboard in the second half. Really, both teams with a goose egg.
Coach Scooty Lawrence has to like what he sees so far when he doesn't have no bigs in.
Offensively, if you're not a Powell, you're going to get whatever you want against all 5 of these guards.
Nice block by Powell, another block, and could not connect. Powell got away with a little slap. We heard some skin up here, Craig. The Hurricanes, another turnover. It's 10 turnovers tonight, 2 in the second half. Hurricanes trying to run and gun.
Going to slow down a little bit here. Again, that was their game, slowing it down and prodding and finding what they want.
5 offensive possessions and no points. Same with the Yetis. Missing 3 layups. Adams. Working on 2.5 minutes with no points so far in the second half. Nice pass. Leads her right to the bucket as Powell picks up the bucket.
Mouse in the house, baby. Take advantage of it. Nyla Powell, the only big out there for either team. You know, you got Yates out there who's a wing player, but she and Turan can get what they want.
Right side, just throws up a hook, hoping for some love from the bounce and gets it.
Yeah, Whitesides has had the magic touch today, 21 points. She leads all scorers.
White wanted a 3. Adams on the baseline and it's good.
Smart decision by Zamaya. She
Extra pass.
Yeah, got a good shot that time along the baseline, 17 feet out, buried it.
Whiteside gets a screen, driving, gets around Powell for a layup.
Yeah, Nyla didn't want to reach and commit a foul and compound the issue. She's done a good job staying out of foul trouble, Petey. She's only on 1.
Quincy gives it up. Adams wanted it over to White. Back to Adams. Long 3, no. Powell with a rebound. And it, Hurricanes with a man advantage and a 3 in a corner by Quincy. Hurricanes had that 2-man advantage. It took the 3 and Powell with a block. It's amazing that Powell's only got 1 foul, Craig. She is just offense and defense playing her game today.
I mean, that's why a bunch of D2, D1 schools are looking at Nyla Powell, because she has been putting in the work. The sophomore out of the Rock City is a force to be reckoned with.
As she laid her hand gently on her shoulder, she weren't even going. That's about the weakest call. It didn't affect the shot at all. So Powell picks up her second. Yetis looking to come into play. Finds Lee. Baseline with Shavers, but the pass couldn't get to Shavers. Lee stops at 15, gives it up to Sydney. As Sydney's forced the shot, and Powell nearly turns it over for the Hurricanes, but stepping in it was Adams.
Great defense by Nyla Powell once again.
Quincy in the corner, no. Yates with the rebound, and a kiss off the window, and it's good. Hurricanes down by 2 with 5:35 left. And a foul pushed from behind by Adams was Whiteside.
It's 4 on Adams, and it looks like you have Jewel Bruenting coming to replace her.
White just needs Adams just needs to slow down just a little bit. We'll probably see her come back in the 4th quarter. Unless Coach Gaskins says, hey, 1 more whistle on you, you're done for today. Whiteside in the backcourt with Brewington. And Lee steps on the sideline, going on the baseline.
The Yetis have not turned the ball over much at all today, Petey. I mean, by my count, I think they only have, 2 turnovers in this game? And it's both of them been here in the third quarter?
I've got 4. Brewington from the corner. Shots blocked. And she stays with it, gets a rebound. They'll move it around the perimeter. And a 3 coming up for Corey White, and the Hurricanes got a 1-point lead.
3 threes for Corey. Rocking the double sticks in pink today, and she knocked it down. And Hurricanes back in front.
And a missed layup by Whiteside, and she quickly puts defense on Powell. Brewington brings it up hip by hip with Whiteside. I love the pass by Shalon Yates. Took her glasses off, Craig, and just throws it inside to Powell because she knew her power forward would go get the ball.
4 fouls on Sydney Inst, and she'll be finding herself right back on the bench again.
You can expect more play by Childs, Isabella, but right now the Hurricanes up by 1, 50-49 over the Cleveland Yetis. Our next game, Craig, as the Hurricanes will be matching up with Southwest Virginia, who they picked up a 10-point win earlier in the season at Southwest Virginia, 101-91. But, some injuries coming in for the Hurricanes. Coach Bagwell said Jade Braswell is done for the season with the torn labrum. He'll have hip surgery. Robbie Knox facing an injury in that game against Davidson Davy. The Hurricanes men's team just come off a gauntlet.
They sure did, and it's going to be good for them to be right back here home at the Roger G. Taylor Arena. And, unusual circumstances. They're wearing blue today here at home, rocking the Hurricane blue today against the Southwest Flying Eagles. And, can the Eagles, can they flap their wings in a hurricane storm? We'll find out at 3 o'clock.
The wind is headed south, and Southwest Virginia is in the north. So the birds will be reversed back to Louisburg. But right now, the Lady Hurricanes lead by 1 against the Yetis.
Got to get it in.
Yates.
5 seconds.
5-second call. She's looking right at Coach Gaskins. Back when I used to play 20-some years ago, Craig, Coach always told us you can't find something to throw it off your defender's leg and back out, reset the clock. Give yourself another 5 seconds.
Wouldn't have been a bad strategy in that moment, but, unfortunately for the Hurricanes, it's a turnover and a lesson learned.
Yetis get it in play. Pfeiffer driving with a little help from the hand of White to go in. Regain the lead. And the Hurricanes turn it over.
Yeah, Powell couldn't handle the pass. Just lost control of it.
Lee looking inside to Childs. Childs pops out with 18 on the shot clock. Lee gets a screen.
Not a very convincing screen by
No,
Childs.
she just stepped between. Look at Powell with the block. Like you said, that convincing screen as she just went between Lee and White. Weren't much of a screen.
No one flies in the house of Nyla Powell.
Whiteside comes in to Childs. Back out to Lee. Driving, puts up the shot. And that's a shot clock violation. Yetis. That's the first time, Craig, in tonight's game that the Yetis has took it all the way down to an apparent turnover by the shot clock violation. Great defense by the Hurricanes.
Yeah, they've ramped it up here in this third quarter and, again, slowed down the Yetis to a crawl.
Quincy backing her man all the way down on that baseline and says, Kaya Shavers, welcome to Louisburg.
Quincy Turan with a nice offensive output today. 10 points for Quincy, well above her season average.
1 point game. Pfeiffer stops mid-range and pops it clean.
All of a sudden, Demaya Pfeiffer coming to life. as a reserve off the bench for the Yetis.
White steps in long three, cash money. Cash money all day. She's getting pumped as she hears the men's team and the Hurricanes up by 2 and answering back the Yetis. And you said it right, Demaya Pfeiffer. Timeout, Cleveland.
It's getting loud in here, PD. I mean, it's passionate. I mean, you got the men's team in here wolfing it up for their teammates here in Louisburg basketball. I mean, the gym is packed. The Yetis, also they brought some folks with them as well. But I tell you what, it's passionate. It's close here. They know what's on the line. 55-55. This game is tighter than my stomach was after 3 plates of food on Thanksgiving.
Pretty tight there, Craig. I would have took a nap if I had that face.
I tried to, but I had to eat away the pain of watching the Cowboys at 4 o'clock.
55-55, our second tie tonight. Yetis with the ball. Nice crowd here. And Louisburg. Pfeiffer shaking and baking on White. Leans over and pow! Hits the floor hard and the whistle is blown. So they'll get a foul. Not sure who they gave the foul to. Should have been to Shavers.
I think that's who they had too. I believe that's who they called it on.
And she'll exit, but Kylie Good comes right back in. Next man up.
Yeah, Powell has fought hard today. Remember, she left for a few minutes in the first quarter after she had a tumble down here on the same side of the floor in front of us. Has fought hard, and now she's here, 21 points, leading the Hurricanes. And again, they are about just under 12 minutes away from solidifying themselves right here, still near the top of Region 10.
White, cross court to Brewington. Got a mismatch down low with Kylie Good. Yates drives over to Quincy Turan, puts it on the floor, and we got a 3-second call. I haven't seen that call since middle school.
I haven't seen that call since the 1984 NBA Finals.
1:35 left. Full court press for the Hurricanes. And we got a 5-second call. No, timeout they call.
Yeah,
Timeout by the Yetis.
Yeah, I think Scooter Lawrence smelled the danger. He was counting. His clock was up to 4.5 Mississippi, and he pulled the trigger on that timeout.
You know, if you would have just spent 4.5 North Carolina, you'd been in trouble. 1:35 left here, Craig. Hurricanes down by a touchdown at the break, 45-38, but it took nearly 3 minutes of either offense to get started here in the third quarter. You know, it's a 7:13 mark, and the Hurricanes get the first points of the third quarter. They're down 45-40 at that time.
Yeah, and the Hurricanes have erased that 7-point deficit at the half. Again, now, you know, a 17-10 advantage here in this third quarter. And, you know, this third quarter's been really exciting. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's been back and forth, nail-biter. I mean, you know, the crowd, I think right now, they're at a hush right now, and I think that's because they're all taking a collective breather and trying to gather themselves, because the last 3 minutes or so, it has been an electric atmosphere here inside the Taylor Arena.
Avon Thomas on the camera today, showing us inside the Yetis huddle. Scooter Lawrence talking it over with his ladies. They'll get the ball. Out of the timeout, tied at 55. It's been a Pfeiffer show here in the opening third quarter for the Yetis.
She came in the game off the bench cooking quicker than instant oatmeal.
About some Idaho instant potatoes. As she drives, kisses the window. And Kylie Good Clears it out for the Hurricanes. Brewington.
Uh-oh.
I'm loving the play by Quincy Turan as she picks up her dribble, goes inside to Good. Spinning, putting the body down. Kiss off the window and makes it look easy.
My goodness. Kylie Good out there. I mean, picking up where Nyla Powell left off. And again, just taking advantage of every chance she gets. Isabella Childs had no chance that time against 32.
40 seconds left. In the third quarter, Hurricanes up by 2. Driving. And we got a foul. Give it to Brewington. Give it to Brewington. Yes. No.
Yeah, it was.
Give it to Kylie Good. It's hard to tell. You got 23 and 32.
Yeah, no, they gave it to Brewington. No, Brewington had a hold of.
I was going to say Kylie Good had her on the, inside, but Brewington had her on the back. She was stabbed right in the eye as she's wiping off her eye, coming to the. She misses. She'll shoot one with 30 seconds left. She misses, and a big rebound for the Hurricanes.
Whiteside's 8 of 11 from the line now after missing those 2. She was 9 of 10 before that, or 8 of 10, excuse me.
White to Brewington. To find Yates. Kylie Good rolling inside, waiting for the right pass. Brewington driving, splits the trees, and a window kiss. Brewington playing like someone like Wimbayama, 7-4.
Put a little ball fake on her that time and threw it away to the basket. And again, Hurricanes like what they're seeing, PD, up by 4, erasing that 7-point deficit from the halftime break.
All right, going into the Fidelity Investment Money Quarter, the Hurricanes lead by 4, 59-55. Will return. Welcome back inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. The Hurricanes only led by 2 minutes and 40 seconds of this game, but the biggest lead right now is 4 for the Hurricanes with 10 minutes on the clock, up by 4 with a momentum going into the final 10 minutes. Craig, Petey Doris here. Louisburg with the ball. No, it's the Yeti's ball.
Somebody's ball.
Adams exits with 4 fouls in the third quarter, and Brewington comes in, plays like Wimbayama. Out there, she goes up against Childs for that bucket to end the quarter.
Can the Hurricanes close this game out here and come away with the win and split the season series with the Yetis? 9 minutes and change left, and that'll tell the story.
We got a foul and a reach.
That's Yates.
And Yates loves to reach.
Yates came across the middle there and hacked at the ball and swiped and hit her right in the face. The Hurricanes doing a pretty good job staying out of foul trouble with the exception of Adams. She's got 4. Yates has 3. Nyla's got 2. That's about it for the Hurricanes.
Yates picks up 2 back-to-back
Now she's on 4.
fouls. And she looks right at Coach Gaskins like, what are you talking about? How's this a foul? These Jade Hamilton will come in. Jay Hamilton in for Yates. Yates and Adams both with 4 fouls. It's great to see the fourth quarter with Powell on the bench and expect the Yetis to tie this game up. Coach Gaskins is going to pull her right back in the game as Pfeiffer continues to climb in the second half off the bench with 7 points, all in the third quarter. Great box out by Hamilton to get the rebound. White over to Hamilton. Will spin it to the corner to Tran. No. Nice rebound. Kylie Good back out. White goes around to the defender mid-range. Yes!
Nice stroke by Corey White. Ball fake, finds an open spot on the court, and knocks down the mid-range jumper.
She put a little step. Oh. Nice block! Great block by Kylie Good as she took Isabella Child back out west and said, "This is my house."
The defense on the low block for the Hurricanes has been tremendous today. It doesn't matter if it's Kylie Good, doesn't matter if it's Nyla Powell.
And Pfeiffer continues to show her offense here in the second half for the Yetis.
Yeah, she's come in hot off the bench. Best player in the second half so far outside of Whitesides for Cleveland.
Look at Kylie Good, 1 at 8, 17-footer, couldn't connect. Lee with a rebound.
Gotta stop the ball.
And a block. Kylie Good with a block, a late call. She is frustrated with an official, and you have to be. The whistle blew 3 seconds late. That was the latest whistle blowing, and she had a block.
Yeah, Dennis Gaskins would love an explanation, and he's asking for it right now, but he's not getting the answer he wants. Neither are we.
I am not sure how he even saw it from mid-court, but wow.
Yeah, he was way away from the play, standing near the out-of-bounds line and called that, and it was
a one-point game. 8:25 left in the fourth quarter. Hurricanes up by 1.
Hurricanes have to play through it here.
Talia Rowe looking inside, goes left side to Brewington. Flashing in the paint is good. Moving side to side. White. The Brewington with 8. Hamilton down low to Rowe. Rowe uses the window and it falls.
Good bounce that time for Talia.
Bounces right off the back of the iron, kissing the window, and it falls. Lee sprinting down, block by White. And bounce passes it over to Isabella Childs for a little shot off the left side.
They're not getting much down low, the Yetis are, but Childs was in the right place at the right time.
Talia Rose splits the defenders, and she is fouled by Latacia Andrews. Nice crowd here today for the doubleheader at Louisburg. The weather actually got above 32 degrees. I'm surprised everybody's inside, but Rowe for 3. No. And Hamilton with the rebound. 18-footer. No. Kylie Good loses the rebound right in the hands of Whiteside. Whiteside pushes up a shot, and she's yelling right into Brewington's ear.
She's got to be careful there. Dylan Acevedo had his eye on her. Could easily call her for a technical for taunting.
You see Nyla Powell back in the game also. Sydney back in the game for the Yetis. Childs getting a standing ovation from her fellow Yetis. Work in the first half of this fourth quarter. Yetis with the ball with a 1-point lead, 6:58 left.
They're going to put Enston right now because the Yetis have the basketball. And I think also, Childs needs a blow. So no one else to put in there down low against Nyla Powell, but other than Sydney Enst.
17-footer. Whiteside's getting heated in the wrong time for the Hurricanes.
Still got a bunch of time left, 6.5. Just got to continue to execute here. Don't make any mistakes.
.16 on the clock. Adams from the corner, no. Nice timely rebound by Powell. Puts it up, kiss off the window, and she's fouled again. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Whiteside with the foul. Next game, the men will be playing against Southwest Virginia at the conclusion of this game. This game's right on tap for a 3 o'clock tip in the men's game.
These are humongous free throws for Nyla Powell.
Powell's first free throw falls.
She's 2 of 6 from the line in today's game, PD. 70% from the line, and really struggling today. But then she gets them when you need them, though.
Makes both of them miss. The Yetis will bring it up by 1. Pfeiffer, long 2. We got a technical foul.
And the Yetis are beside themselves at the call. They don't like it at all. But we talked about it. Dylan Acevedo was on it. Now they're at the table talking things over here. Yeah, I'm looking at a little bit of a replay on my end here, and she made a comment. Okay, she may have made a passing comment that time to Hamilton as she was going down court after Pfeiffer knocked down the basket. 2 free throws here for Louisburg.
White makes the first. And rattles the second one out. Hurricanes with the ball.
Keep your eyes on how the referees officiate this thing going forward, PD, and see if they want to continue to keep it basketball, try to take the emotion out.
White puts up the 3. Yes! Gets a shooter's roll. Just like that, the Hurricanes up by 1, 69-68.
5 3-pointers in this game for Corey White. And none bigger than that one to this point in the ballgame.
Yetis moving the ball quickly. Still with 12 on the shot clock. Pfeiffer. Correction, that was Glover. Driving. Puts up a little circus shot that falls for Andrews.
Back and forth they go, PD, just like 2 heavyweight boxers.
White again, no. And the Yetis getting a rebound. Right in the hands of Glover, right over the head of Powell.
Gotta stop the ball.
And we got a foul as jumping right in the way was Powell. Acevedo with the call. Going into the media timeout. 6:70-69 inside of 5 minutes at Louisburg Sports Network, presented by High Level Media. Welcome back inside at Roger G. Taylor Arena. Petey Doors, Craig Green, as the Hurricanes down by 1 with Whiteside to the line, leading away with 27 points. Got 2 free throws coming up. Nyla Powell with a foul. Whiteside smiles and looks right at Powell as she makes it. A lot of action going around Louisburg today. The 2 basketball games, a baseball game. What else can happen here in Louisburg? Nice day to be outside for baseball. Temperatures hovering the 50-degree mark. Adams wants some help inside. Yates back to Adams in the corner. Back out to Yates. They're moving around. White in opposite corner. Could not connect. Fighting. And coming out with a steal right out of the hands of Sydney and lays it up as Powell.
Just stole the ball right out of her hands. I mean, bully ball at its finest. Nyla Powell, again, she owns the paint.
She's got real estate laying down low. Powell steps aside and let Whiteside just go straight up.
I think she was trying to telegraph the move she was going to make and miscalculated the step. I mean, she is on 3 fouls, but at the same time, I think Nyla just missed where she was going to go.
White will go to the line to shoot 2. She is fouled on the baseline. Whiteside picks it up. 3-point game coming down to the final 3:54.
Nyla Powell, PD, 25 points. She's sitting on 3 fouls herself. Jada Whiteside's 31 points, also on 3 fouls.
White, with that made free throw, 19 points tonight. Make it a dub. Let's get the dub for the Hurricanes, down by 1. Andrews, guarded by White. Drops the pass, and the layups miss. Sydney with the rebound, back out to Andrews. Whiteside, looking to shake and bake on Adams, drives, and could not connect, gets the rebound, and have to stop the momentum as I had to reset the shot clock.
Adams is out there with 4 fouls, PD, so, you know, they're gambling right now. This is the part of the game where they need Zamaya out there, and she's drawn the toughest assignment of all, and that's trying to slow down Jada Whiteside's.
Kinsey Ross checks back in as Glover will exit. Driving, trying to draw that foul on Adams, and Adams stays clean.
Powell's working on, I believe, 20 rebounds in this game. She's been down there, I mean, all by her lonesome. It's been nothing but 15 in pink, owning the glass.
Yates, right off of Yates' leg. Great hustle. Hurricanes in the backcourt. Yetis will bring it into play, trying to get away from the Hurricanes. Yates hits the floor. And Whiteside flexes on her bench. She picks up 2.
Once again, Whiteside's. It's been all number 3 today for the Yetis, especially here in the second half.
Adams in the corner. No one underneath for Andrews to get easy rebound. 2:21 left.
See, the Hurricanes doing a good job trying to slow the pace down. But that time, Lee got the step on Shalon Yates, and that'll be the end of the day for Shalon. She'll foul out with 5. That was a matchup in the favor of the Yetis that time, PD, having Shalon out there against Kari Lee, and we saw what happened that time. Again, the guards have been, the catalyst for what the Yetis have been trying to do, and that time, again, a mismatch in favor of Cleveland, and now Shalon's going to watch the final 2 minutes from the bench.
So Lee misses the first free throw, averages 71% from the line prior to tonight's matchup. Misses the first and makes the second. And Adams brings it up for the Hurricanes, down by 4 inside of 2 minutes.
You've got to get a bucket here. Doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3, but you've got to score.
You don't need a 3. You have to get a bucket. And a foul by Pfeiffer. And that's her 5th, as she knows right away. (77-73). Talia Rowe to the line. Not the best free throw shooter on the team. She misses the first. Talia Rowe, 65% free throw shooter. Goes 50% on that trip. Gets 1. Hurricanes down by 1 possession.
Must stop the ball here. Get the ball out of the hands of Lee and or Whitesides.
Expect the Yetis are trying to run this clock down as much as they can with 7 on the shot clock. Lee drives, and White with the foul.
I mean, they tried to draw a mismatch there. You saw them trying to run some screen action with Ross and also Enst involved to try to free Lee up. And Corey White, unfortunately, committed the foul. And a great finish by Lee at the basket.
3-point play, and she converts. Hurricanes down by 6 with 1:19. 3 for Hamilton is good. No, Quincy for 3.
Needed that. Now you're back down to 1 possession. Got to get a stop here. Still got time.
60 seconds.
There's your stop.
That's what they needed. See Coach Gaskins telling Talia Rowe to come out and double team. And we got a foul. Whiteside with a foul.
So here comes some free throws now. And Samaya Adams will be put up to bat here to see if she can draw the Hurricanes back to within 1. She's out there with 4 fouls right now. So is Sydney Enst. So, but I think, on that side of it for, when you look at, I think that's an even, oh man, she missed the free throw. But, Cleveland can't afford to lose Enst, and the Hurricanes can't afford to lose Samaya either.
Be 0.9 separating the shot clock and the game clock as she makes this one. And she gets it. Coach Gaskins calls a timeout immediately, down by 2 at home with 32 seconds, 32.9 left. Take me in the huddle, Craig. What's Coach Gaskins out there saying?
Well, I don't know. I would say you almost feel like you have to foul right away because you don't want to let them run down the entire shot clock down to 2.9 or 2 or whatever, right? because if they run it down and take a shot, you may get the rebound, but you'll have no time left on the clock. So I wouldn't be surprised if they even try to, you're going to try to get the steal right away, but if you don't get the steal, I think you got a foul.
Foul immediately.
Yeah. If there was a little bit more time on the clock, if there was, 35 seconds as opposed to 32, I would say you could possibly just play defense and try to get a stop. But I think in this instance, the Yetis have to go the entire length of the floor anyway.
They're going to put the ball right in the hands of Whiteside. 1.9 separates shot clock and the game clock. $15. Yetis up by 2.
There's your stop.
And the Hurricanes get the stop. And it will be the Hurricanes' ball.
What a block by Nyla Powell on Lee that time. And Lee, sitting on the floor, was like, where's the foul call? But Nyla Powell, once again in the low block, owning the paint and crushing the dreams of Eddie, who thinks they're going to get inside and score. And now the Hurricanes, with 3.3 on the clock, PD,
have to go to length of the court, according to the official.
You're either going to tie, you're going to go for the tie or go for the win here. And, we got some interested spectators here as we see Southwest Virginia in the top left corner of your right screen there. The Flying Eagles are watching down there. And then on the opposite side, down on the bottom right, you can't see them, but Louisburg's men's Hurricanes team is down there watching too, and they're wolfing it up, trying to cheer on the Lady Hurricanes to victory. And yeah, the Hurricanes, you said it, Peter, they got to go about 65 feet here, but really in essence, to score a bucket, they'll need to go about 30.
Right now with 3.3 on the clock.
And the Yetis cannot afford to foul either.
White for the win. Yes! 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 Woo! 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 Holy goodness! Play4Kay, baby! Play4Kay! Play4Kay! All I gotta say, the Lady Hurricanes win 81-80. Craig, we have to get an interview with her.
My goodness, what a shot. What a shot in the corner that time. Unbelievable.
Wow, wow, wow. Lady Hurricanes. Lady Hurricanes. Wow. That's all we have to say. The play was drawn up. The play was drawn up. She got it. She hit the shot. They're clearing off the court. Avon Thomas is down there with Craig. Going to get a word from the winning shot. You cannot take it away. Corey White put up the shot, had the great play, drawn up by Coach Gaskins. The great assist by Nyla Powell over to Rowe. Rowe locks up the assist, and we got it right now. Is great look, and Adams and Coach Gaskins is down there. Great ball movement by the Hurricanes. Craig, you're standing by with Coach Gaskins, and the winning shooter, Zamaya Adams, finished his game with 5 points. Take it away, Craig.
Zamaya Adams here. What a finish. What a finish. Down by 7 at halftime. Y'all fought all the way back. Coach Gaskins, what was the key to the win?
Staying in front on defense. That's what our key was going into halftime. If we can stay in front, make them take tough shots, I knew we would have a chance, and you saw what happened.
Zamaya Adams, my goodness. What was your mindset when you took that shot for 3?
That was me. Yeah, that was Corey White. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh.
She was in there. She was in there. Yeah.
All right, but In those moments, what's your mindset? What's the composure like for you? You know, how do you just try to keep it cool, keep it calm? You know, take me through the huddle in that final play.
As a player, you know, we got to keep everybody calm. Everybody know their role. Get it to our goal was to get it in the middle and find the shooters, and we did exactly that.
Yeah, trying to stop Whitesides. She was real tough all game long. What was the key to getting in front of her in this fourth quarter, slowing her down?
Just moving my feet, giving her a step, getting her to the spot, and being solid, hands up as she finishing.
All right, congratulations on the win, y'all. Awesome game. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Quincy Turan with the 3 to win the game for the Hurricanes. Thanks to Zamaya Adams and for Coach Gaskins. We couldn't get Quincy. She hauled it back to the locker room to celebrate with her teammates, but what a way to end it here in Louisburg in the Play4Kay game. The Hurricanes win 81-80. Back to you, Petey.
All right, it was a correction on Craig's call there. It was Corey White with a 3. A lot of bodies on the court at the end. Corey White with a 3. Lady Hurricanes, last-minute shot over the Cleveland Yetis to win 81-80. Next up, the men will be matching up with Southwest Virginia. We'll have it right here on Louisburg Sports Network. Tune back, and we'll talk about this game and pregame of the men's game. Next up, the Southwest Virginia Flying Eagles and your Louisburg Hurricanes. For Petey Doris, Craig Green, good night. We'll be back with Game 2.